7-point game there. Fourth quarter, 1:11 left in regulation. Kevin Harlan and Rich Gannon.
Goal for Smith. It's Ware. Morris with a block. And touchdown! Spencer Ware.
Great movement at the point of attack. You see Morris and the right guard. They get great push on the nose tackle. Tough to tell whether Spencer Ware gets in there. Gets lost in the pile.
They are reviewing it as they do every scoring play. And turnover.
Good physical run nonetheless by Spencer Ware. Watch him lower the shoulder. Keep those legs churning and keep falling forward at the end of this run.
Look at Morris leading the way and Perriman trying to stop it.
There's Mitch Morris. He's clearly in the end zone, the center.
Alex Smith, by the way, with a career-high 30 completions. He's 30 of 43 for 321 with the pick and 2 touchdowns. One to Macklin, which brought him to within 10. And they got the field goal from 33, and perhaps, as they review this, a 5-yard touchdown run by Ware to come to within 1.
A really resilient group, Kansas City, Kevin. We started the show today talking about this football team, their ability to overcome adversity, the leadership, the toughness that this football team has. They lost 5 straight games at one point last season, started 1-5, and yet they never panic under Andy Reid. They just kept pushing, kept grinding away, and they found a way to win 10 games, finish 11-5, and win a playoff game as well last season.
Rich, with about 11 minutes to go, San Diego, let's go down to Jerome Boger here.
After review, the rule on the field stands. Touchdown.
Nothing on tape would tell you otherwise. There's a lot of congestion in there, a lot of traffic, and they stick with the ruling on the field. But remember that missed field goal of 54 with about 11 to go for San Diego. And the Chiefs since then have gotten a 19-yard touchdown pass to Macklin, a 33-yard field goal, and that 5-yard touchdown pass, a run by Ware. And here is the extra point try by Cairo Santos.
Kansas City has looked like a different team on both sides of the ball in the fourth quarter.
This to tie it. Down 24-3. The Chiefs have come back to tie at 27. 17 unanswered points in the last 8 minutes and 15 seconds of the game.
Boy, they're shocked on that sideline over there. And if you're Mike McCoy, Phillip Rivers, these coordinators, you've got to get this team resettled.
Well, then take me in that sideline and into the head of Rivers. What you thinking?
Well, look, hey, so what? We've dug ourselves a bit of a hole here. We've not played our best football in the second half. But hey, look, it's 27-27. We've got a chance to get the ball back. You look at the Melvin Gordon. He's been quiet, Kevin, in the second half. They lost Keenan Allen. Alex Smith really turned things on in the fourth quarter. And look at Spencer Ware filling in for the injured Jamal Charles. 158 yards, a couple big catches out of the backfield, and some really terrific runs.
Each team with a timeout. Mager is back. Santos will kick off. This will be out of the end zone, so they'll take it to the 25 and the touchback with the 1st and 10 for Rivers there. Rivers today 24 of 34 for 231 with a touchdown.
He has played well, and they've played well around him. I think that's the big difference. When you look at San Diego, last year it was all Phillip Rivers. And every time you put on the tape and watch the San Diego offense, Phillip Rivers was getting hit in the face or the back. Today they played better around him, Kevin, up front, the running game, but now they have to be able to shift gears and get their confidence back and play like they did in the first half.
Chiefs will go with 6 in their secondary. Woodhead will be at the side of Phillip Rivers. It is 1st and 10. The fake. He's hit. And he throws it away as he was going down.
It could be intentional grounding.
They're picking it up. They've waved the play dead. Even though you see the run there by the big man, Chris Jones, the rookie, who they really like.
He's trying to throw it away. Actually, Woodhead's in the area, so see, they won't call that intentional grounding. Woodhead actually in the area. Almost hits Woodhead in the feet.
Rivers has not been sacked today.
Now you got to be careful here.
He's there 59.
We're going to put 7 seconds back on the clock to 59.
Correction. 56, please. 56 seconds.
Make it 4.
I'd be surprised if Woodhead doesn't get the ball in this situation, Kevin. They got to be careful they don't get the ball back to Kansas City. Kansas City still has one timeout left.
There's the kicker, Josh Lambo, who missed a 54-yarder but has kicked him in today from 29 and 28 for San Diego.
Do you be aggressive in this situation, try and take a shot, or do you play for overtime? That's a decision that Mike McCoy and the Chargers have to make. Be surprised if Woodhead doesn't get it here.
You saw the target line, 2nd down and 10.
Screen.
It's Woodhead. He's getting blocks. Clausen giving him one out there. And he works for a 1st down and gets out of bounds with a catch and run at 12. And he's up to the San Diego 37.
Smart call, safe call by Ken Wisenhunt. This big offensive line get out in front. You've got a very patient back in Danny Woodhead. He's going to let that big offensive line get out in front. And he's smart enough to get out of bounds. Now you've got some breathing room. Now you can take a shot if you're Phillip Rivers.
Chiefs stay in dime. Woodhead remains. 1st and 10. One timeout, San Diego.
There's Phillip's guy, Antonio Gates.
Barksdale the block. Now they come through, and he goes down for the 1st time. G. Ford. Flag is thrown at the 27. Ford had that 3-sack game against the Chargers last year, you may recall. And it's a hold, and it's against San Diego.
Holding. Offense. Number 77. 10-yard penalty. Replay 1st down.
That was the left tackle, King Dunlap.
Correction. Kansas City has declined the penalty. The result of the play, 2nd down.
Chiefs declined it in 48 seconds to play in regulation.
Right tackle Barksdale struggling a little bit with the speed of D. Ford off the edge.
Ford, a high draft pick a couple years ago. They need him to perform like this. He likes playing against the Chargers, too. 2nd down and 20. They need their own 47. Into the dime. It's Woodhead. They're holding on for dear life, and Chris Jones, I think, got him. And they had Sorensen, and they had Holly. It's a gain of 4, and he's up to the 31. Howard in there making the stop in the middle, and to the 31-yard line. It's 3rd and 16.
San Diego's just going to run this play clock down. 20 seconds left on the play clock. Just 18 on the game clock. Don't snap it, he's saying. Didn't want to snap it.
3rd and 16. Here's the dash by Woodhead. Picks up 4. Johnson is on him.
They shouldn't have snapped the ball in that situation. You look at Phillip Rivers in the gun. He's trying to motion. He's trying to alert the center. Don't snap the football. You see him waving it off. And with the crowd noise, the center, Matt Slauson, he can't hear, so he snaps it. There was no reason in that situation to snap the ball. Now they've got to punt the ball. And remember now, this rookie punter, Kevin, he's had his struggles. Drew Kaiser, his last punt was a 17-yard punt. Anything can happen in this situation. The Chiefs can call a block. You've got a good returner back there in Tyreek Hill. That was a big mistake by the San Diego offense to put this rookie punter back in this situation.
Hill's back at the 25. Rookie Drew Kaiser will punt right around the 25 at the other end. He gets some height on this one. At the 17, here comes Hill. Out of bounds about the 32. Zeros on the clock. 48-yard punt. 15-yard return. Overtime in Kansas City. After being down 24-3, the Chiefs have come back to tie as we go to the extra period. And those are some of the rules in the regular season.
A touchdown or safety on the first possession will win the game, and if not, a score is tied after each team's first possession. The next score will win the game. So,
well, when the Chiefs get it, Rich, they will not have Jeremy Maclin. He's been taken to the locker room, concussion protocol, and he was warming up in the second half. It become very important, including a 19-yard touchdown pass that brought the Chiefs to within 10. And a big catch at 23 yards when he really took a wallop at about the 10-yard line of San Diego.
Top two receivers, the top receiver for each team out of the game. You saw Keenan Allen leave early in the second half with a knee injury, and of course the big hit to the head.
All right, Captain, we're going to play one 15-minute overtime period. If at the end of the overtime period the score is tied, it remains a tie. Each team will have 2 timeouts. All replay challenges will come from the booth. Each team will have an opportunity to possess the ball unless the team that first receives the kickoff scores a touchdown. All right? San Diego, you can get to call the coin toss. San Diego has chosen tail. And it's head. Kansas City wants the ball. Which way is like to kick? Kansas City won the toss.
Alex Smith and the Chiefs score 17 unanswered points in the last 8:15 of regulation to tie it at 27. OT at Arrowhead. The Chiefs and the Chargers. Kansas City has beaten San Diego 4 consecutive times. Chargers were only able to muster 2 field goals all of last year in the 2 games. San Diego came out and led 21-3, then 24-3. In the second half, the Chiefs have come back and tied it. They had the flip of the coin. The Chiefs won. Niall Davis is back about 4 yards deep in the end zone, and the kickoff will come from San Diego's Josh Lambeau. Overtime, and here we go. And he'll again let this fly over his head to the 25 and a touchback and a flag.
We'll get the ball at the 30. San Diego's offsides with their coverage units. That is great starting field position.
Can you believe that?
One of the stakes in the kicking game.
Flag is back at the 40 at the other end.
Offside on the kickoff. Kicking team number 20. Kansas City has elected to have the 5-yard penalty assessed from the dead ball spot, the 25 to the 30-yard line. First time.
Dwight Lowry, first-year Charger. Bottom of your screen. Yeah, right, Rich?
They've got actually 2 of them.
Yeah, right. Either one. So Maclin is still being looked at. Base defense for San Diego, 4 in the secondary, and that's what Alex Smith will take a look at with the 1st and 10. Where is it assigned? Legion again is on the trail of Smith, and he's got Ware near midfield. He had the matchup he wanted against the linebacker, Perriman. A 20-yard pickup and a first down. Flag is down at the 45. It's against San Diego.
Holding, defense, number 50. That penalty decline. The result of the play, the first down.
You talk about Spencer Ware and how well he's run the football, but how about him out of the backfield today? He's their leading receiver with 7 catches for 129 yards.
You said at the beginning of the broadcast, no Charles, no problem for Kansas City.
So we will keep you abreast of what's taking place in this one, all knotted at 27. San Diego and Kansas City in overtime as we bring you back to the Subway postgame show here in New York. Full house with myself, James Brown, along with Tony, Coach Bart, and Boomer. All right, everyone, let's talk a little bit about what's happening here.
I'm already worn out. What a great first weekend of football games as the New Orleans Saints are attempting a 61-yard field goal to win the game, and they did not make it. The Oakland Raiders are going to win the game, and how about Jack Del Rio? They score a touchdown. They're down by 1. So he decides instead of going for the extra point, he's going to go for 2. Derek Carr finds Michael Crabtree, makes a great catch in the back of the end zone. Oakland goes on to win 35-34 in a Wild West shootout down in New Orleans. Unbelievable game.
Is that on the card? Is that the call you would make?
It may be on the card if you're going against Drew Brees, because as we just saw, Drew Brees took him down and almost set him up for a
There's the two-point conversion right there, Coach. You can see Michael Crabtree. Yeah. They actually even get flagged before the kickoff for unsportsmanlike conduct. And how about 61 right yard here by Lutz, and he pulls it a little bit to the left. And the Oakland Raiders, I mean, what an unbelievable football game. You can see Drew Brees, 4 touchdown passes, 424 yards. Derek Carr, 319 yards. They also had Richard had that long run for a touchdown of 75 yards. How about Amari Cooper, 6 receptions for 137 yards. All I could say is, where is the defense, boys?
Yeah, and you got the overtime game here in the AFC West between the Chiefs and the Chargers. The Chiefs had made a great second-half comeback to tie this game up. It was a game that San Diego had total control over from the beginning of this game.
Yeah, and, you know, give credit to the Chiefs climbing back in that game, but at the same time, early on, where was the tackling?
Yeah.
The tackling was just atrocious, not indicative of what an Andy Reid defensive football team is right now. But you talk about exciting, the way they can come back and the resilience that's shown. That starts from the top all the way down to the bottom. It's a total team effort.
All right, folks, let me give you a little program reminder that coming up next, professional bull riding, where world champion Cowboys and Bulls are right in the middle of the mix-up at the PFIWestern.com 15-15 bucking battle. That's next right here on CBS. All right, let's go back to the highlights.
All right, how about the Jets in Cincinnati? This had a playoff feel to a great game. Here's Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's going to find Eric Decker. This is going to lead